just make sure you include your audio.
Mm-hmm.
Hello and welcome to XRL X2 Round 2. Saudi Arabia. We'll be getting going hopefully in about 3 minutes time.
Yes.
Windex, I believe, has a quali ban, but I don't think he's in the lobby yet.
Not sure if they're even racing.
We're down to, I think.
Oh yeah, they are.
We take a little look at the standings after round 1. It was XRL Moist that took the win. So he leads the championship with 25 points, ahead of Stake on 18 and Herbie on 12. That means that Alfa Romeo lead the Constructors' Championship by 4 points to McLaren. And Haas in third with 15. It is a tough track to hit, definitely a tough track, not one that I particularly enjoy driving around.
I think I got a podium here once, so I can't complain.
I think the one league race I've done around here, I believe I got taken out, which is not an uncommon occurrence for the walls everywhere.
Should be getting underway any moment.
Yep. We have got 16, so someone's going out. Which is always, I was going to say good to see. It's not good to see for the person that goes out, but it's nice to see a bit of competition earlier.
Yes, indeed.
And here we are getting underway. Drivers have been told to ready up. Predictions on finishers?
Oof, dunno. Think with Moist racing again, could be in for a fair shot of winning.
Yeah, he took the win in Bahrain. Every chance. He can do it again. I think we could be in for quite a chaotic one. I'm going to say that everyone that finishes is going to score a point. So...
Short, soon find out. Even quali can be interesting with people tripping over each other.
Yep. Blind corners. It's a very difficult track to get it right on. As we saw Max Verstappen do in 2021.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that, especially if you're on a good lap.
And here we are. Who will go out first, I wonder?
Remember to put the things on.
Put the what on?
Your tyres and stuff.
Oh yeah, good idea. Good point. Good point.
But when you put detail, put just tyre, not
tyre.
best.
Yeah, tyre.
Yeah, there you go. And then the rest on enabled, and full track map.
And that is all done. And I've got the news that it is all dry. Big surprise there.
Oh, who would have guessed?
Yeah, I don't think anyone could have predicted that. And we've got an Aston Martin coming out. And it is... Galmanator.
Galmanator, yeah.
Galmanator it is then.
Saying that, you never know, it could race with a 4% chance. If it was the UK, that would mean heavy downpours expected.
Doesn't look like he took part in the last race. No, he did not. I did not participate for him, so hopefully he can get his season off to a strong start. 4% chance of rain in the race. I'm sure we won't be seeing that.
There's a few people out now. Shaqiri,
XRL, yeah,
out.
Shaqiri's out as well. On mediums.
Herbie and Boofy, soft and medium respectively, and then also XRL low, who's on the soft.
Closely followed by the Alpine of Boothie at the moment.
Yes, very closely followed. The Dominator comes round, about to head around the final corner to start their lap.
Windex missing at the moment. He's the only one missing. Hero Gemini unfortunately not here either, as he's got dodgy internet. But here we are.
She's got dodgy internet, yeah.
Galmanator for the first lap of qualifying.
If Windex does make it in before the end of the session, they do have a quali ban anyway, so that won't affect anybody else in the qualifying.
Very nice for the first sector. Hopefully he doesn't get held up by what I think was a Mercedes, but thankfully they got out of the way.
Yeah, it was a Mercedes. It will have been the Mercedes.
Of a 33.551 for Galmanator in the Aston Martin.
Yeah, it was a J-Leb in the Mercedes.
Shaqiri just coming to the end of the first sector as well. And that is 4 tenths up on Galmanator's first sector time. Herbie through the first couple of corners.
Shaqiri definitely been one of the quicker drivers in this in the lobby.
Yeah, he definitely is. Bit wide for Galmanator. Towards the end of the second sector, he is still valid, and looks like he's continuing on to set the lap time. Looking good so far for Shaqiri. Oh, and we have a
and
crash.
Snake has
XRL
crashed in
Snake.
Sector 1.
Unfortunately, we haven't got anyone we can get a view of that with. Culminator then, across the line for the first lap of qualifying. It's a 1:30.0.
Yes.
It'll be
Liam,
Shaqiri across the line
yeah,
next.
Shaqiri next, yeah.
I'm expecting this to be quite a significant improvement. And only a tenth.
Although,
Only a
to be
tenth.
fair,
I wonder if Shaqiri is
with
running more downforce.
with the mediums having been applied, there is definitely some time.
I think Shaqiri might possibly be running more downforce. He was 4 tenths up at the end of the first sector, so Gulminator's pulled a lot back. Let's see what Lowe can do. A 1:30.4 to put himself into P3.
Next car will be Boofy. Yep, with a 1:30. 1:30.1 just, and then Herbie crosses. Yeah, 1:30.2. So then the next car, I believe, is J-Lab.
On hard tyres, so this is a be interesting what J-Lab can do on the hard tyre.
Oh, there's a caution in sector 1. I
think that might just be people letting people through.
Yeah, that's what it seems to be. Rounds the final corner. Be interesting to see what time is set on the hard compound. It's going to be a 1:31.6.
Definitely going to have to do some laps. Probably on the soft.
The next car that's just crossed the line is Irons, who's just starting their lap.
Very nice through first attempt for Irons. I think he is the only one that's on a lap at the moment.
I believe so, unless any of the medium or hard runners are also going to do another lap or two on their tyres.
Fritz has just come over the line to start his lap. Bit wide through turn 2 for Fritz. Took a lot of curve on the first apex.
Oh, and Irons is in the wall, go round the hairpin, but manages to.
Oh, is he going to be blocked by the Aston Martin? I think he was.
That was very close. Definitely blocked there. If not blocked, very close to being blocked there. Kinvelli.
Definitely a block. XRL Harry comes to the end of the second sector. End of the first sector, where he beats on the curb, and it is purple for XRL Harry.
Very interesting. Lucky Irons didn't pick up any damage there with the contact on the wall.
But, then blocked by the Aston Martin and Velli.
Yeah. So
next across the line will be Fritz. We will watch him for a bit. XRL Harry also on a good lap.
Well, it's Irons, and Irons sets a 1:32.0.
Definitely was blocked there, Irons.
And I definitely don't think the contact in the wall helped either, to be fair.
And we've got a yellow flag in sector 1.
It looks like the McLaren
slowly,
no, I think it's the McLaren and the Ferrari were letting Velli past, I believe. And
Fritz slots himself into P8.
Over 1:34.7.
Harry across the line goes P1 by 2 tenths.
Interesting, Fritz must have had a very bad lap there, because it's a 1:34.7 on the soft tyres. So next across the line
for Velli on the soft tyre. Just
next across the line will be
the second sector.
Yeah, I believe Dave is the next who will finish their lap as Cooley
Boy, I think,
oh no,
actually.
it'll be Cooley actually, yeah.
We'll watch the 2 Alfa Romeos as they go over the line. The RS enabled for Boy on the medium tyre. It's P7.
Yeah, with a 1:31.3. Dave next, 1:30.6. Just steals off their teammate. So then it'll be Velli next.
Velli can do.
come around the
Possible
final
penalties
corner.
for the next race if the stewards believe he has blocked XRL irons, but now we're focusing on his lap. Can he get himself?
And it's P3.
P3 on the soft tyre, a 129.939 for Veli.
And quite close to Shaqiri's lap. So next to set a lap.
Can quite evenly match. Next to set a lap will be XRL Zola, I think, who's on his out lap.
No, it'll be
it's
Flavor, who's just started their lap.
On the medium tyre. Big mix of tyres at the moment, all three compounds using Q1. Purple sector 1 for Flavour apparently. I'm not sure that's right from looking at the sector times. But maybe it is.
Yeah, quite often it's just the game wanting you to believe you're going quicker than you are. And sector 3, we've got a yellow flag. That's due to a slow Alfa Romeo, sorry. Either low fuel or maybe I'd imagine they've just got low fuel and are gonna nurse it into the pits. Shouldn't be in Flavor's way.
Nope, the Alfa Romeo keeps well out of the way, unlike the Ferrari earlier on. Or the Aston Martin,
well, it was the other Alfa Romeo that's just made it into the pits, which I believe ran out of fuel maybe.
Flavour then across the line for his first lap of the day. Goes P4.
And with a 129.9.
Herbie retiring the pits, he obviously believes he is safe. XRL Harry retiring, he's definitely safe.
To be fair, and Flavour not far off Shaqiri's pace, both on the same compound of tyres as well.
The last person to set a lap then, other than XRL Moist, who's still in the pits, is XRL Zola in the Mercedes. Coming up to the final corner.
Yes, it seems like Dominator Harry and Herbie have all now decided that they're happy with their laps. And now Zola is 10th.
P10.
Yeah, with a 130.6.
Everyone is safe, providing they put a lap in, considering Snake's retirement.
Yep, which Moist is currently on his out lap. And they will be the next person to set a lap, I believe, unless Flavour decides to do another lap.
Oh, Fritz has just... I'm not sure whether he was cutting the corner to get round there.
Whoa!
Or made a mistake, but he's just slammed into the wall.
Very, very lucky there not to be retiring. Meanwhile, Veli has retired, also in the pits, but like you say, providing you set a lap, you're going to make it into the next session because Snake has had his crash earlier on in the session.
It's looking like a good decision at the moment from J-Lev to do Q1 on the hards, guaranteed to get through. Means you don't waste any compounds for future sessions. Guys on the softs may be kicking themselves slightly as Moist comes across the line to start his first lap. It's looking very good for Moist. He lost a bit of momentum towards the end of the S section. But it's a competitive first sector time from him. This is a circuit, this is a race that could have major championship implications later down the line. A circuit that you cannot afford mistakes. And if your rival makes one, you need to take advantage of it. Not going to be a particularly quick lap time from Moist this. Not using any energy, unless the game's lying to me.
Well, I'm not seeing any energy uses either, so... And their lights are flashing on the back of the car, so I do believe they are not using any energy. But in fairness, why would you if you know you're going to get through? Not that it matters for the next session anyway.
So Moist across the line, P11 for Moist. More than enough to get him through. Certainly competitive, especially without any energy, and you really do lose a lot with no energy here, considering the long straights. And that is XRL Irons out on an out lap. Someone could be telling him that it's safe, or he just wants to get a better time in.
Or maybe just, yeah, I was going to say, could be practice as well. Boofy retires. Moist, though, actually, interestingly, has just gone 0.2 seconds quicker on their first sector.
Bully Boy, I believe, has just moved up to P2. He has.
Yeah, so Moist is actually gaining time on their second lap. So definitely one to keep an eye out for is going to be Moist now.
Still not using any energy.
Currently
0.6
tenths up. That's quite impressive. Clearly had something happen in the first lap, considering they're still not using any energy at all.
Moist said across the line at the end of his second lap, as Fritz now comes out on that lap as well, and Moist goes P6. Only 9/10 off of that energy, that is impressive. As we see Fritz has crashed, I believe. Yellow flag in sector 2, Fritz has retired, I believe. Fritz has crashed. That means that even though he was safe, he will not proceed into Q2. A very, very poor decision from the Red Bull driver.
Small mistakes of street circuits are unforgiving. These are the end of the driver's race. The turbo mode review.
Right on board for Irons. He is 5 tenths down at the moment. However, this is where he's blocked, so he should gain some time here. Will it be enough though? The time itself is irrelevant, obviously, but it'll just be interesting to see whether he can gain on his time, and he has. He's 8 tenths up, but he's gone very, very wide. I'm not sure whether he would have lost that now.
Even if not, very lucky not to have an invalidation.
Yeah, that as well. It's pretty well retarded with it. Irons then will come into the pits, as will XRL Moist. Low, the only remaining car currently sat in the garage not to have retired, other than Moist, who's just pulling in.
Yep, and then I'd imagine Low hope will
retire and we can get on with Q2. Or not. There's only 10 seconds to go now.
And Q1 comes to an end.
There are your Q1 results. XRL Harry 129.708, quickest of the session. The top 3 all on mediums, separated by just over 2 tenths. Before Velli in the Aston Martin on the soft tyre, and Flavour in the McLaren.
Yep, makes your top 5.
2 cars out are Fritz in the Red Bull, as he crashed. And XRL Snake, who crashed before setting a time.
Yep. I believe, unless it's fixed, Fritz might have to retire again, as there was a glitch at the start of the game at least.
Oh, right.
Where even if you crashed, if it meant you got through, you would be able to continue. But
He is
I
shown on the
believe-
leaderboard as not continuing, so hopefully.
Yeah, so I believe it was fixed in a recent patch. We will shortly find out. Yeah.
If I can get a spectator menu.
Yeah, no, you can get the
Um,
spectator menu.
Yep, that looks to have been fixed.
Yep, so Fritz will not have to do anything.
Hybrid engines produce some of the fastest ever cars today. Some interesting miles.
So it seems Golminator, Herbie and Cooley all seem to want to be going out on the medium compound of tyres. And it looks like the first car out is going to be
The
XRL Low.
in the Williams.
Yep. Closely followed by an AlphaTauri and a Ferrari, being Herbie and Irons.
Irons interest me. Ooh.
And then
Herbie
also
letting Irons
Golminator
go.
out, and Cooley also now on an out lap.
Many cars coming out. It's
With
going to be quick fire
Belly
for
as
us
well.
with the time going in.
Seems like more or less half of everyone's come out because Shaqiri also is coming
Boofy
out
on his
of the
way
pit
out.
lane. Yeah, and Boofy also on his way out. So I believe there's going to be more cars out on
Dave
track
now on
than
his
there
way
is in. Well, yeah, so that's
The
6,
first
7,
car
8.
to set a lap time should be XRL Low unless he lets
So that makes
unless he
9.
lets
Yeah.
the Ferrari behind him through. First car will be XRL Low.
And that's 9 cars all out setting their laps now, with just Zola, Flavor, Moist, and Caleb and Harry all not coming out as of yet. Yeah, it seems Lowe wants to get going before that Ferrari. So I don't think the
Will
Ferrari
look
will
quite
get
orderly
past.
on the track now.
Oh, and the Aston Martin has just been let by the AlphaTauri.
Herbie let Irons through as well. Interesting strategy.
Anyway, so Lowe now crosses the line to start the first lap and will be setting the benchmark for everyone else. And 4 drivers will be leaving us this session. So everyone will want to put in the best lap they've got. This is where it all starts getting like where we would start at faster times with a better track, but also people not wanting to be out in Q2.
A 33.6 for Low compared to a 32.7 for XRL Alliance. So not a particularly good first sector for XRL Low. Got a yellow flag in sector 1. That seems to have cleared. Again, 8 tenths is the difference roughly between Low and Irons at the moment in Irons' favour. Low's now got a fuel warning flash. He's obviously fueled very low. As Boothie has hit the wall on his lap, I reckon that was what the yellow flag was for in sector 1. He has wing damage. So no lap for Boothie at the moment. XRL Low across the line, a 130.5. Quickly
Irons 120.29.3.
quickly beaten by XRL Irons. Garminator splits them. XRL Herbie 130.2 puts himself into second place.
Yeah, and Cooley 130.7 puts him 6th. And we've also had Herbie with a 130.2, which is P4. And
now
Shaqiri crosses.
129.7 for P3.
Yep. Flipping heck all happening now. Next across the line is going to be,
Dave.
well, was meant to be Boofy,
but Boothie has wing damage. As we've got
So it
another
will
yellow
be
flag in sector
Dave.
1. That is again quickly cleared. With the Alfa Romeo of Dave next across the line to set a lap time.
I believe the
Boothie
yellow
comes into
flag
the
was
pits.
due to. I believe the yellow flag was due to an AlphaTauri moving out the way, and Dave comes into the pits. Yep. So Dave pits. So the next person who hasn't set a lap that will is Jaleb, who is currently running
about
the
to
final
start his
corner to
lap.
start their lap. And Zola just come out of the pits, and so does one of the McLarens, being Flavour.
That's right on board with J-Lab through the first sector. See what he can do on the mediums. Got through on the hards in Q1 and we're hoping we can get through on the mediums in this session. So yellow flag in sector 3. I think people are trying to sort themselves out. They'll leave space to do that time. Looking bad at the moment for Jayla. Definitely could be better, but it's not looking too bad. Cross the line then with the Mercedes. His teammate is now
And it's
started right.
only going to be good enough for P8, so 1:31 flat, more or less. But that takes him to be the person currently most at risk, as well, basically plumb last, really, considering everyone else behind him has not set a lap. So
Flavour just starting a lap as well, but that's definitely going to need to be improved.
Well, Zola is going to be next to set a
Zola
lap. Oh,
has gone very
goes
wide.
heavily off.
Still a okay sector 1 time, and he hasn't invalidated a lap, so he might carry on here.
Very interesting though, I reckon. If we keep doing that too much, you might have might get a severe word in.
Boofy now on a lap again as well, just going through the first corner. So 1:01.7 for Zola this is looking like a very competitive sector 2 time. Even though he went wide, this is looking quick. Both McLarens are on a lap. Moist just coming through the first sector. Flavour will be the next to cross the line after XRL Zola. What can Zola do? P2! I thought it looked quick and it did. What about Flavour? Also a very competitive second sector time. This could be P1 and it is! By just under 2 tenths. And Boothie spun! Boothie has spun! And oh! The McLaren of Moist nearly hit him. Boothie needs to be careful there, thankfully he's got a bit of room. Another botched lap for Boothie. He needs to get one in.
So next, who's going to be next? It's going to be
XRL
Moist.
who's just
Oh,
invalidated.
Invalidates. Boofy next. No,
No,
Boofy's on
Boofy's
an out
spun.
lap.
Boothie had
Ah,
spun.
right, never mind then. So next across the line will be Harry.
Yeah, 2 minute 0.9 for Boothie. Not what you want to see. It looks like an Aston Martin stopped.
I will quickly check that for us. That is Gominator. Gominator seems to have spun and has lost an end plate.
Not good for him.
Meanwhile,
Harry
Harry
across the
gets
line,
a
goes to P2.
1:29.2. So
Dave
next
would
is
be
going
next.
to be Dave. Yeah, 1:32.8. So it's only good enough for 12. So he's going to need to put another lap in. Otherwise, well, he could be out.
Moister's invalidated this lap due to the this and next lap invalidation. So the next one to cross the line. I
And
believe
Moister's
the next
also-
one to cross the line with the competitive
Boofy.
lap time is going to be Boothie. But even this looks a little bit off the pace at the moment.
28.9 seconds, kind of up on the sector 2 time, so it could be close. Although, is it going to be enough to get him inside the top 10?
I'm not sure.
Boofy comes across the line, and it's good enough
It
for
is.
7th with a 1:30.1, but could, with that, depending who else sets a lap, I reckon
Dave is
Boofy
going very
probably...
quickly. Dave is currently 1.8 seconds up at the end of the second sector in the Alfa Romeo.
I think
But he is low
Boofy's
on
going to
energy.
have to go out again. Boofy's definitely going to have to go out again. I think if you're not in the 1:29s,
And Fritz is
you're
left the
definitely at
session.
risk.
That's not good for Fritz. How much
So
time
Dave-
is Dave going to lose with this lack of energy in the final sector? The
Oh,
answer
and
is
it's
quite a lot.
A lot, yeah. So it's only going to be a 1:30.9, which is only good enough for 12th. It's not looking particularly good for Dave at the moment. Next to set a lap is going to be XRL Low,
who is backed out of this one. He's 8.3 seconds down.
so that's going to be...
Booth is on his in lap.
Cooley is going to be the next to set a lap. He's just going through sector 1 now. Although he does have traffic in front of him, and if the traffic's not careful, they are going to block him. And it looks like it... Oh,
I believe they just got out of the way at the last second.
it was very, very, very
yeah,
close. I
it's
think.
definitely been a distraction for Booth. He's currently nearly a second up on his lap time.
You mean Cooley, not Boofy?
Yeah,
Just-
yeah. Cooley.
Yeah, but I think the AlphaTauri quite possibly not seeing how close the Alfa Romeo is behind, and has to more or less throw the car out the way to make sure they don't impede on Cooley's lap.
Cooley now
Dave-
nearly 1.5 up. Lowe looks to be coming into the pits after his failed lap.
So Cooley comes around the final corner. Is it going to be good enough to get Cooley into Q3 with his current lap? Crosses the line. It's a 1:28.9, meaning he's currently now quickest, beating Flavor's 1:29.1, meaning Cooley is definitely going to be safe and won't struggle to be getting into the next session. Meanwhile, Shaqiri currently on a lap but not really improving. And Shaqiri across the line, it's good enough for a 1:29.3. Next across the line, Boofy 5 seconds down. Yeah, Boofy's 5 seconds down currently.
It is going to be Herbie, who is just who is 4.5 tenths up on his lap.
Yes.
Then it will be Moist, and then it will be Garminator.
Cooley was very good lap time from Cooley. If he can keep it up, he could definitely at least be up there in Q3. Herbie rounds the final corner, gets on the throttle. What's it going to be for Herbie? opens up the DRS, and it's going to be good enough for a 129.1, which is good enough for P3. So they should be safe. Next is going to be Golminator. No, sorry, it's going to be Moist, who also sets a 121.9 and sets the exact same as their teammate. Bang on.
Next up is Gorminator, who's not too far up on his time at the end of the second sector.
Needs to be very careful there, and it's not good. They're not going to advance. Boofy currently on a lap, 4/10 up. Oh, but goes over the corner and does have to go over the curb.
The next person to set a lap, I believe.
It's Boofy. It's Boofy.
It is Boofy, and then it's going to be J-Leb.
Is Boofy going to be able to get out of Q2? Sorry. Now about to cross the line, and it's not going to be good enough to advance. It's a 129.8. J-Leb then only 1/10 up. Oh, they're not very much improving. I don't think J-Leb's going to make it through into Q3.
He needs to find 3/10 from somewhere to put Zelly in danger. He needs to find 3/10.
Rounds the final corner. Looking at the lap time, I don't think it's going to be good enough. And they come across the line. No, it's not good enough. You can tell before they've even crossed the line. It's only good enough for a 130.6, meaning they will line up 13th on the grid.
Your Q3 contenders will be Cuddy Boy, XRL Flavor, XRL Moist, aka Herbie, XRL Harry, XRL Low, XRL Shakiri, XRL Irons, XRL Zola, and the Aston Martin of Zelly.
Yep, and we will be losing in this session Boofy, Gorminator, J-Leb, and Dave. Very unlucky for Boofy there, very close to getting in, just over 1/10. So now it will be the battle for pole position here around the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Right.
Simple name conventions wouldn't continue for long. For 2006 we saw the 248 F1 and in 2009 the F60. Confused yet? Moving into more recent times, 2011 Broadwood 150 Salah, 2012 F2012, F152.
So, first out onto the track is going to be XRL Low again. Closely followed by Veli in the Aston Martin and the AlphaTauri of AK Herbie. And and the next out is going to be the Haas of Harry.
XRL then coming up to the final corner to start his lap. Only 4 cars on track at the moment. People clearly waiting to see, or waiting for track conditions to improve.
That might just be, if people haven't been careful, might be running out of clean soft sets, depending on what they've done their try choice for the race.
.32.5 for XR Low in the first sector. Let's see what Veli can do. 32.7, slightly slower. Herbie next. 33.2, the slowest so far. Finally XRL Harry, who I think has the potential to smash this out of the park. But a 32.8. So it looks like Low through the first sector is the quickest. 101.1 by the end of the second.
Now coming around the final corner.
Very slightly up. Very slightly up, Veli, after the
Ooh,
end
and
of
close
second
to the
sector.
wall there from Low, coming around the final corner. Powers it down the straight and sets a 1:29.0. Next is going to be Veli.
XRL
Oh, and
Harry's
Harry's crashed out! And
As Veli goes P1, as Veli moves on to provisional pole. A big contender for pole position has crashed.
And it's a 1:28.8 from Herbie, putting them into provisional second place.
Without even getting a lap in. Harry is gone. He puts oops in the driver's chat, and certainly oops indeed. A big mistake. It's the Mercedes of Zola starts his lap.
So Zola then, about to enter the third sector. It's a 1:01.5, but not the quickest we've seen today. So Zola comes around the final corner.
He puts the power down, foot to the floor. He will open the DRS.
And it's going to
He
be
will cross the line to go
a
P4.
1:29.4. Moist next. And it's going to be a 1:29.1. Shaqiri next. Seems to be fairly similar to XRL Low in the second sector. And it's a 1:28.7.
Just over 2/10 off pole position. It'll be the other McLaren of XRL Flavors across the line next. Followed by the second Ferrari of XRL Irons.
Flavor 1:28.7, sorry. And Irons sets a 1:29 flat.
Just Cully Boy left to set a lap then. Still in the pits, the Alfa Romeo driver.
So it seems next to set a lap is going to be Veli, who is setting their second lap of the session. Never mind, Veli goes into the pits. So next to set a lap is going to be... Yeah, Herbie and Nathaniel is going to finish this lap, which I don't see a point because it's definitely not any quicker. So yeah, so next is going to be Herbie, who is literally only recovering to sector 1, end of sector 1 on their outlap, and Cully Boy now also out of the pits to come up for their outlap, first lap, and quite possibly only lap with the current time remaining.
Quite an early time to come out, I think, for a second lap for Herbie. Not sure what the thinking is behind it.
So Herbie starts a lap and invalidates.
He has cut the corner. He has invalidated. He's still got time for another one, which is good. Cully Boy starts his
Cully Boy, yeah.
Ferrari of Shaqiri has come out for their outlet. Quite nice from Cully Boy through the first sector. It was a 32.8.
And there is yellow flags for the Aston Martin of Veli, I believe. No, for the AlphaTauri of AKA Herbie. That'll be due to lack of fuel, I believe. Oh, and Lowe is retired, but I believe they're in the pits.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Lowe, yeah, pit lane retirement.
A bit of a mess in a lot of places, but Cully Boy comes up to the final corner to complete his lap. He might get a little bit of a toe off of the AlphaTauri of Herbie, who is starting his final lap. And Cully Boy
and it's good enough
goes to provisional pole position. Cully Boy goes to pole position by just over 1/10 of a second.
Veli
over to you, Veli. And Veli is 3.5 tenths up. This is looking like a mega lap at the moment. Oh! Veli lights up the rear tyres. He is on the limit. He is over the limit. Here at the end of Q3 at Saudi Arabia. This is it for Veli. Half a second up. Could this lap prove to be unbeatable? He's the only Aston Martin that's made it through to Q3. He's just got to keep it clean round the final corner now. As XRL Lines retires in the pits, I believe. Veli then across the line, a 1:27.9. The first driver into the 27s. He will be on pole position unless anyone can beat him.
Shaqiri next to set a lap, but it's currently 1.7 seconds down, and he also invalidates. So Shaqiri
has pulled out of his lap. Herbie is down.
I believe Flavor is going to be the next driver unless Zola is on a lap. Yes,
No, it's going to
Zola
be
is on a
XRL
lap. No, it's
Moist.
Moist.
It's Moist,
Who's
who is
currently
currently
8
8
tenths
tenths
up.
up. If he
But
can
it would not
find
be enough.
a little
Need
bit
another
more
2
time, he
tenths.
can challenge Veli.
It's going to need to be around 2 tenths to be challenging Veli. Is it going to be possible? We'll soon find out. And it's across.
It is!
And it's a 127.
XRL
Oh,
Moist
wow.
takes pole position by 100th of a second. What
Zola
a lap
next
that
across
is
the
by the
line.
McLaren driver. XRL Zola stays in P9.
Where is
Can Flavour do anything?
Flavor? No, it's a
He
128.
improves by 3 tenths up to P4. Cully
Wow,
Boy
what an
is
ending.
not setting a lap at the moment, so that means XRL Moist is on pole for McLaren in X2 by just
So
a
close to Veli.
hundredth of a second to Veli and the Aston Martin, and out 5 tenths back to Cully Boy, Flavour, and a further 3 tenths to Shaqiri, another 10th to Herbie, Zola, Irons, Lowe and Harry, who didn't set a lap because he crashed, round out the top 10 and therefore the remaining of the grid. But take a bow. XRL Moist, what a lap that was.
So now we're going to have a 5-minute wait on the once we get onto the grid, and then we will have lights out for round 2 for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
So there it is, confirmation of the results. XRL Moist on pole for McLaren. Followed by Veli, Cullyboy, Flavour, Shaqiri rounding out the top 5. Herbie for the AlphaTauri team. Zola, Irons, Lowe and Harry, who didn't get a lap time in as he crashed early on in that session.
So we're going to have
Will
lights
Moist
out.
be able to convert this pole position into his 2nd win of the season? Or will someone else snatch it away in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix?
So it's going to be, we're going to be going at bang on o'clock, so just under 5 minutes time.
We'll be back after a short break. And we have confirmation from the X2 admin that we will be going racing on the hour. There will be no formation lap, so we'll be getting straight into it. Let's have a look at the tyre selection at the moment. Top 4 all going to be on mediums at the moment. Shaqiri, Zola and Harry being the only soft runners in the top 10, but that could change. No formation lap today. Here we go then. For the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, we have 5 lights. Lights out, and we are go, go, go for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Moyes did get away on the hard tyre, and he will lead through turn 1. There's contact at the back. Shaqiri and the Mercedes off, and it looks like XRL has spun on his own.
Yeah, Lowe spun and was facing the wrong way.
Snake, Zola, Lowe, all in trouble at the back, but XRL Moyes leads the McLaren.
Don't forget to add do tyres.
And here goes Veli. Veli on the inside, on the medium tyre, making use of that extra grip. He pushes Moyes wide, still side by side.
But it looks like Veli's going to get the move done.
Line, but Veli has got the move done. Veli takes the lead for Aston Martin on lap 1. Moyes was on pole, but starting on the hards has meant he just doesn't have that early grip. And could he be vulnerable to Koulibaly behind?
Lowe has got past Zola at the back. Meanwhile, Harry's trying to put the pressure on Irons, and also Cooley.
And here comes
looks like
Koulibaly.
He's going to go for a move. Oh, and Shaqiri's also past Flavour. Shaqiri has got past Flavour in the background, and so is Herbie.
Herbie past Flavour.
Snake gets the move done on Fritzy.
Moyes and Cooley still side by side. Cooley will have the inside line, and I think he might just get the move done into turn 1, and he does.
Cooley's got the move done. Meanwhile, further back, Herbie now challenging Shaqiri as Zola goes into the pits. It looks like further back as well, XRL Dave and Lowe are currently more or less side by side.
Onto the soft
But
tyre
it
for
looks
Zola.
like Lowe is going to get the move done. Meanwhile, Boofy now also is on the back.
With the yellow flag in sector 1. I believe that's Snake who might have spun.
Yeah, and Boofy now all over the back.
Harry
and he's
attacking
currently
Irons. I think some contact was made.
And Shaqiri's got past Moist as well up at the front, so security is now into into P3 with Herbie now
Could
also
Herbie do that
challenging
to Pam?
Moist.
Moist started on pole position. Has been dropping back. The only one to start on the hard tyre. Was it the wrong decision? And here comes Herbie. Switches to the inside line. He looks like he's going to get the move done as well, but he is slightly blocked by Shaqiri.
And is he going to go for a move on security? Not quite, but that got very close there. Meanwhile, further back, Harry is going for a move on Irons. Looks like he's going to get it done down the straight. Meanwhile, Golminator also... Golminator is also... They're going to go 3 wide into turn 1.
Golminator round the outside.
Oh! Golminator gets past both of them.
They somehow don't make contact. And Golminator up into P7. Already this was more exciting than the Belgian Grand Prix earlier on.
Meanwhile,
Very
Boofy
close
also
to
now also all over the back of Irons. With J-Leb also, and it looks like it's it's going to be becoming a very big DRS train soon. Meanwhile, Harry has got past. No, Harry was always past Irons. Irons now going to be challenging Golminator. Oh, and it looks like Harry's going to get past as Golminator has a bad exit on the corner after getting some curb, and it looks like Harry's going to go for the move. The side by side.
He has
but
got
who's
DRS,
going to be able
so
to
he
late
should get
break?
it done. They can't run side by side through there surely, but they have. Harry's got ahead, but we've got to change, as there's going to be a switch for the lead. As Cullyboy on lap 3 takes the lead away from Veli in the Alfa Romeo. Significant use of the overtake button, and Cullyboy takes the lead.
And Moist is getting back past Herbie. So Moist is back past Herbie again. Meanwhile, further back, J-Leb gets past Irons.
Oh, and there was Herbie, I believe, might have been pushed into the wall by Moist there. There was a big jerk on the pit straight. Veli retakes the lead into turn 1.
Meanwhile, further back, there's going to be
a very chaotic start.
And there's still a very big DRS train further back in the field.
Boothie makes contact with Irons.
Yeah, they both
Boothie hit the back of him in the braking zone. As Veli is now dropped behind.
Irons is off again.
Veli is dropped behind Cullyboy and now Shaqiri. Is that a broken win for Veli? I think Veli may have lost his end plate there. Let's see if we can get a better look. Maybe not. But definitely a mistake from Veli. From P1 to P3.
No, Veli has a full wing intact still. Meanwhile, Moist is back past Herbie. Now challenging is Harry on XRL Flavor. Both having DRS. But it looks like Harry's going to get the move done into the final corner. Yes, he does. But is he going to be able to keep it going down the straight? Meanwhile, Shaqiri and Veli are battle at the front.
Veli maintains P2. XRL Harry in P6.
Oh, and it looked like
with the fastest lap of the race.
Herbie looked like he was going to go for a move there, but didn't. Meanwhile, Boofy is past Snake further back.
Flavor frustrated in this train, I think.
Yeah.
Again, a move for P2, and Veli's wide. Veli is wide. Not sure whether there was contact. And I believe that is now an end plate loss for Veli. Yes, it is. Veli does not have his left end plate.
And Flavor and Flavor and Golminator back past Harry again as Harry has gone wide into one of the chicanes.
Whether that was a mistake from Veli or whether there was contact. Shaqiri back up into P2 and Veli with damage. This may put Moist back into the podium positions as he looks to pounce.
Meanwhile, further back, Flavor now looks like he's going to go for a move on Herbie. He has the DRS, but is he going to be able to make the move? He doesn't make it in the first DRS. Oh no, but he does as Herbie goes wide into the corner. So Flavor gets
damage
past
for
Herbie.
Herbie by the looks of it. But Moist has made the move on Veli. But here comes Veli back at him into the final corner and there's contact. And Veli is slightly spun into the wall. Contact between the Alfa Romeo and the McLaren.
And looks
it was
like
a slight dive from Veli who comes in from the pits to repair his damage.
Meanwhile, further back is Harry going to go for a move on Golminator. Yes, he is into turn one. Side by side, but is he going to make it stick? No, it looks like Golminator is going to keep the position for now. Looks like it might be settling down a bit now. But with a full-on DRS train currently, anything could happen. Meanwhile, further back actually, Low is past Boofy. Low gets past Boofy. And seems like he's going to make it stick. Meanwhile, Harry still trying to get Golminator, but looks to have made a mistake in one of the chicanes. As he's lost almost half a second.
He dropped back there.
Yeah, he dropped back by almost half a second there. J-Lev now on his back.
Out in front.
Is Snake going to make a move on Boofy
looking
down?
to be in control is Cully Boy, but I believe he's being caught by Shaqiri. Golminator makes the move for P5.
Oh! And it looked like Low went into the barrier there.
Dave has had a problem as well. No damage for anyone from what I can see. But definitely Shaqiri catching Cully Boy. Half a tenth on this lap so far alone. No penalties for anyone as of yet.
No.
Veli, Zola and Fritz have all made a stop. And there is the position changes. Good start for Cully Boy, a good start for XRL Shaqiri, a good start for Golminator as well. Snake and J-Leb also up there.
And Snake as well. With 6
Shaqiri now in to DRS. Into the DRS of Cully Boy, and he will have it down the pit straight. Very tight between 5th, 6th and 7th, all fighting for the same piece of racetrack. As Cully Boy comes into the pits on the medium tyres. Did Cully Boy have damage?
Oh! And Herbie's back past Golminator.
A change of front wings for Cully Boy.
And the AlphaTauri's round. Herbie spun in the first corner. Herbie has spun and it's now dropped him all the way down to P10. Meanwhile, Veli on their new medium tyre sets the fastest lap of the race so far.
So that is why Cully Boy was losing so much time then. A damaged front wing.
Meanwhile, Snake looking to pounce after his teammate's mistake. But is he going to get passed by Low? Low's going to make the move on Snake. And Snake is back past... Low is past Snake, sorry. Now meaning that Dominator is going to be under pressure by Low.
Low should get Dominator down here with the DRS, but he's dropped back a little bit through there. Gap up to 6/10. It was only at 2. As Moist is catching Shaqiri for the lead. Are those soft tyres now starting to wear?
I think after this amount of time, it's quite likely that the tyres are going to be going up.
Moist's decision.
Oh, and does it look like both of the AlphaTauris are going to go in the pit lane? No, they both wanted to go in. They both wanted to go in, but it looked like Herbie realising his teammates in front.
Going to be getting himself off those soft tyres, and Moist really is now catching Shaqiri.
I reckon Shaqiri is going to try and do a one-stop, maybe a soft to medium. Because I reckon if you can get the soft compound of tyre 10 laps, I don't see why you couldn't get the mediums for quite possibly 15 laps.
The crucial thing for Moist now is whether he can get into the DRS, at the DRS detection zone.
And it looks like if he keeps it up this way, he will be able to. He
was just a 3-second time penalty for Boothie for track limit warnings. But now Moist, who's caught up very quickly to the lead he lost on lap 1 from pole position, he is now within DRS range of retaking it. The round 1 winner. He dropped from X1 down to X2. He redeemed himself in round 1.
It looks like Shaqiri's going to pit.
And he will take the lead because Shaqiri pits. The Ferrari is in. So now it is a case of how long does what tyres does Shaqiri put on, and 2, how long does Moist go? So McLaren 1-2 here at Saudi Arabia.
Yep. Shaqiri puts on the medium compound of tyres. They'll be looking to do a one-stop here.
The legend of XRL Kenzie says that you'd have to be a madman to do soft medium. And maybe you would.
Well, but clearly showing that Shaqiri's
trying
a madman.
The problem for Shaqiri here is traffic. He can't afford to be held up too much. Not while Moist is punching laps in clean air on tyres that in theory should still be quite good.
Well, it looks like Shaqiri's going to get past Dave already. Dave making a mistake with Veli also getting past Dave. Veli also one of the top runners that was up at the top. Now, just behind Shaqiri. This means Veli looks like he could be back in contention here.
And now Shaqiri's got some clear air. 5.9 seconds behind the next car, who should be pitting soon as well.
Yes. Meanwhile, up the road, XRL Low is only 2/10 away from Dominator. He doesn't get the move done this DRS street, but is he going to get it done on the next one? He's definitely going to try. Meanwhile, up top, Harry seems to be gaining time on second place Flavor.
Low looks for the move, but thinks better of it. As a Ferrari of irons comes into the pits. The second Ferrari pits, as does XRL Low. The medium runners of Flavor, Harry, J-Lev, Dominator, Herbie all continue on. Dave as well. All these people.
Oh, and Harry gets 3 seconds time penalty for multiple warnings and track limits. This could really ruin his race here. Although with him not having pitted yet, I'm not sure where he's going to stand after the pit stops.
Shaqiri at the moment, I think, is on course to complete this undercut and be ahead of Moist when Moist pits. Unless there's a safety car, Shaqiri, I think at the moment, will get out in front. The gap stands at 18.9 seconds and is still dropping. The issue for Shaqiri is his tyre wear. Moist tyres will be significantly better.
In an even worse case scenario here for Shaqiri, if there was a red flag.
Yeah, that would not be good, but it's more than a possibility here.
Although, to be fair, all of our 16 runners that started are still going as of current.
And Harry pits.
Harry pits, yes.
To get off those mediums. The two McLarens continue on. Will J-Leb pit? J-Leb will not pit. Commentator and Herbie all staying out.
Further back, Lowe is going to go for a move on Boothie.
Oh no, a late decision by Harry to come into the pits. He will stick on the hard tyre. He will go until the end of the race. Surely now, Flavour has to pit this lap, surely, otherwise he will be undercut.
And Lowe gets the DRS, he's right on the back.
And that's Herbie gone.
Crashed. Herbie's out. Is this going to bring out the safety car? It doesn't look like it has.
No safety car by the looks of it.
Moist must be absolutely fuming. Oh, no,
virtual safety car. There is a virtual safety car. There is more. There is more crashes at the back, I believe, with Lowe and Boothie. Something was going on there, and surely now the two McLarens will pit, and this could have major championship implications.
Lowe and Boothie didn't make any contact. I was riding on board with them, and there didn't seem to be any contact with them. So I'm not sure if
surely there's a McLaren double stack coming here. This could really cost Shaqiri.
Although this all depends. How long is the virtual safety car going to last?
That we don't know.
Looks like he's staying out. Moist pit. Is Flavour now going to join his teammate? Yes.
He will.
Yes. Flavour joins his teammate. Now all eyes on Shaqiri.
Will it stay out long enough for J-Leb? Will it stay out long enough for J-Leb and Gorminator? I can't see that Shaqiri will come in again. I could be wrong.
They both pit.
Shaqiri carries on.
He's not going to pit. But is it going to be enough? It looks like
I think it will be.
Shaqiri. It should still be enough for Shaqiri, yes.
It will be. Shaqiri takes the lead. Cully Boy will move up to second place as Moist is just coming out of the pits now. Moist will be in third. And there is the end of the virtual safety car. DRS enabled. It is now game on. Shaqiri and Cully Boy possibly going to the end of this race. Moist on the new medium tyres. Harry behind him on the hards with a 3-second time penalty, but he is 5 seconds behind. The gap between Shaqiri and Moist is 5.3 seconds. It is now game on.
Cooley seems to be catching decently quickly up to Shaqiri here, which is interesting considering Cooley Boy's tyres are actually older and on the harder compound than Shaqiri.
Kenzie's just put it out that it was our fault for Herbie's crash. We just said how that everyone's still running, and then there comes the DNF. No significant inroads at the moment by Moist. But
nothing really else seems
the
to be
longer
taking
into the
place
stint he gets, the more he should be gaining. As Shaqiri's tyres wear 3 laps older, the more he will gain. Now he is making some significant inroads as Veli gets past Boothie. Veli is
that's because Boothie
horrible
pits.
Time, really.
Boothie pits. Oh, interesting. Veli did. But if Veli pitted under the virtual safety car, if Veli didn't pit, there was a chance. Although I'm not sure what tyre he's on. But if he was on the hards before his pit stop, they were only a few laps old. I reckon he could have made it to the end. Pits. Yeah, Boothie pitted.
And now Moist does start to make some significant inroads into Shaqiri's lead and makes progress towards Cully Boy. The gap has come down 2 seconds now since the virtual safety car.
Cooley now even gaining on Shaqiri.
Can't see any visible damage. Maybe just a poor lap. Those mediums can't be wearing too much already, surely.
Meanwhile, further back, does it look like Flavor is Flavor catching up to Snake, but it's not going to be enough this time round. Further back though, Dave is going for a move on Fritz and makes it. So Dave past Fritz and will also have the DRS to pull him further ahead. Meanwhile, Flavor is really sticking to the back of the AlphaTauri of Snake.
Moist now right on the back of Cooley Boy. Half a second, he will have DRS. This is an important move for Moist.
Oh, and Cooley, did he make a mistake there?
Moist needs to try and clear Cooley Boy, who is not the easiest person to get past on the grid, and he's making the move round the outside.
Is he going to be able to make it
DRS
stick?
enabled now, but he could be vulnerable as we come on to the next two DRS straights. He has got the move done.
And there is a yellow flag in sector 1.
A Red Bull of
and I
Fritz is
believe
spun.
that is Fritzy has done it. No damage, luckily, there for Fritz.
Cooley Boy can't get the move done into the final corner. Moist with significantly more energy. Not a brilliant exit for Cooley Boy either. I think Moist should be alright. And he is, he survives another straight. Now he's got to kick on, get that gap up. And he has done. Cooley Boy no longer in Moist DRS, which is crucial.
Yeah, Cooley Boy is really fallen off now. Almost a 2-second gap between Cooley and Moist.
Flavor's close to Snake. On the inside into the final corner. Who will get DRS? It will be Flavor again. Flavor should be able to get the move done into turn 1. Is he close enough? He pulls out to the inside and gets the move done. Flavor up to P6. Our attention now turns back to the fight for the lead. Moist inside now. The DRS of Shaqiri pressuring him all the way. And Moist has taken the lead. I must have missed that while I was just checking something out, and Moist is over a second ahead. And that's before Shaqiri must have made a mistake there. Had you noticed anything, Mantic?
No, it must have happened quickly because I literally looked down for a split second. And he's passed. Meanwhile, further back, Lowe is going to make a move here on J-Leb. Gets it done quite nicely, to be easily and nicely. So that is Lowe into P8. Although he's going to be under pressure from J-Leb again going into turn 1. It looks like he is. J-Leb's going to make the move and J-Leb gets the position back.
Yeah, the yellow flag in sector 2 that is quickly
Yeah,
cleared.
it was Fritz again. Fritz not having a good afternoon, although Dave was pitted again, so I'm not sure if Dave had got damage or anything, but Dave now out into last place. Well, Harry gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Veli, with nothing to lose, just seems to be pitting onto the softs, and will seem to probably have a go and just see, although it has lost the position to Boofy, which I'd imagine was not planned with the gap, and there was damage to the car.
At the moment, Shaqiri showing no sign of being able to keep up with Moyes.
No. With tyres being 3 laps older, that's definitely certainly not helping, but I think Moyes clearly just has the pace. Meanwhile, Dave passed Fritz as Fritz goes into the pits on 15-lap-old mediums after pitting on lap 2 or 3, I believe, due to an incident earlier at the beginning of the race. Meanwhile, it looks like Lowe's going to go for the move into the final corner. He can't get it done though, but now he's going to have DRS down the main straight, down the start-finish straight. Is he going to be able to keep up with the soft tyres? It doesn't look like. Oh, and they're going to go wheel to wheel into turn 1.
Harry's gone.
And Harry's
Harry
crashed
has
out.
crashed.
Harry has crashed.
Did we see a safety car that would change the course of this race?
I'm not sure what's happened, but he's missing his left tyre. He's on the right side of the track. I'm not exactly sure how that's happened. I think he must have spun.
No safety car by exit.
And it looks like, oh no, never mind, sorry, I thought that was J-Leb, but it was the Red Bull moving out the way as they had been, they've got the blue flag. Yeah, so Harry now out of this race, and Fritz has become the first driver in this race to be lapped here on lap 19 of 25. Lowe now pretty comfortably ahead of J-Leb, with Commentator now catching up to J-Leb.
Two DNF now without a full safety car. It's quite surprising. The gaps start to spread, other than Galminator. Galminator looking to take J-Lo.
Could this be J-Leb's second, being passed by the second person in a second lap?
No, he holds strong.
Although,
but on those used
now
softs, it's going to become harder.
Especially considering the car behind. Interestingly, it seems the hards, the longer they go on, actually become better than the
they do
the
this
soft
year.
Compound of tyres.
With the tyre remodel, the hards stay very, like, probably at their peak for longer, whereas the soft has a really quick drop off.
Especially on the 50% races,
due
to the tyre wear more or less basically doubled compared to if you had a full race. I suppose if you had a full race, it wouldn't really make a difference because you'd have to pit after the same amount of time anyway.
Galminator again, close to J-Leb. The only Mercedes driver in the points at the moment.
Yes, with Zola being quite far off.
Yeah, Zola's a significant way away.
Yeah,
so it is down to him today.
Although
and here comes Galminator around the outside. But another good defence from J-Leb.
No. He's going to squeeze him. Oh, and there's contact.
A little bit of contact. Nothing too bad. Both drivers have DRS.
Although now, yeah, both drivers DRS with XRL low. Not too far ahead. That's going to very much help J-Leb there. I think if J-Leb didn't have that extra DRS there, he was going to get rinsed by Commentator down the straight there.
The Red Bull of Fritz is all over the place. I think he's just been lapped, I believe.
Yeah, Fritz has been lapped quite a while ago, considering P9 has actually lapped Fritz.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fritz was lapped quite a while ago. Well, I believe it was about
up at the
lap
front.
18 or 19 it was that it all happened.
Still looking strong and comfortable up at the front, but he cannot afford any track limits penalties.
One mistake, or just even a single mistake, could really screw him over here. Meanwhile, Commentator is all over the back again of J-Leb, with J-Leb not having the DRS from Kai front, although the Red Bull behind of Fritz seems to be trying to hang on to them to keep the DRS. Maybe, oh, and it looks like Commentator, is he going to get the move done? It looks like there's more contact into the final corner again. Oh!
Is Fritz going to try and unlap him? Fritz has unlapped himself now.
Commentator going out of the final corner, put the tyres on, lit up his back tyres and smacked the wall.
Now
luckily, it doesn't seem like there's any damage.
Oh, that was close. Fritz letting people through. Fritz needs to be quite careful of what he's doing here.
Meanwhile, up ahead, XRL Low has passed XRL Snake.
If Fritz has got the pace to unlap himself against the mid-pack, then that's fine, but he needs to go past.
Yeah, he can't stop midway through turn 1 to let them back past again. That's really hurt Commentator here. Commentator now been almost 2 seconds away. That is really messed up. Meanwhile, just trying to see, has the McLaren got any track limits warnings? Flavor has one, but no, it doesn't look like the leader has one. Shaqiri, however, has got.
Cully Boy's gone. Virtual safety car. Costly from Cully Boy. A big crash at the start of the main straight. Could that change the complexion of this race? Will people pit for new soft tyres?
Yes, Moist pits. Shaqiri pits. I think everyone's going to pit. It's showing virtual safety car, but looking on the board, is it not a... The boards are showing a full safety car rather than a virtual safety car on my screen. I don't know about you.
I can see the safety car on the track. Yeah.
The safety car is on the track,
the safety car is on the track.
But it says virtual, but no, we have a full safety car on our hands here. This is really going to put the pressure on Moist now.
Get one lap of racing here.
Yeah, we're probably going to have lap 24 and 25 possibly.
If the safety car is going to do 2 full laps, we will only get 1 lap of racing. Otherwise, the safety car could be in at the end of this lap, and then
I feel like it'll come in at the end of this lap. I feel like it could be end of this lap.
So the Aston Martin safety car leads us round. This makes Iron's 3-second penalty very crucial. He, essentially, unless some silliness goes on, is out of the battle for the lead. He is out of the battle for the win. It is all
interesting
to
Moist
and Shaqiri. He's in the middle of them.
He's in the middle of them. So he's in the middle of Shaqiri and Irons, his teammate, which is not good news for Irons.
I thought the rule was
3 second time penalty,
pick, but maybe I'm wrong. He'll need to get out of the way as soon as.
100%.
So the Aston Martin safety car leads the way. Lap 23 of 25. XRL Moist. The lead of the race. He was on pole position. He took that lead back from XRL Shaqiri, who made a mistake. Now, With the safety car out, Shaqiri's got a chance to snatch the win away from Moist.
This is going to be an intense.
And it is in
this lap.
We have got 2 laps of racing to decide this race. When will Moist go? He's got to make sure he gives the safety car a chance to get into the pits.
Yes.
When will Moist go? That's
Shaqiri all over the back of Moist here.
Moist still weaving, still hasn't gone. Shaqiri needs to be careful, he doesn't hit it here. Moist is going to leave it until as late as possible.
And Moist goes,
and Moist has gone,
and
Shaqiri has
well.
gone with him. Shaqiri's going to go for a move into turn 1, I think. He is close enough.
Turn 1.
Down the inside,
he's going to go for it.
Shaqiri.
Ooh, and very
aggressive
close to
defence by
contact there.
Moist. But it is clean, there is no contact. Moist keeps the lead. Lowers past Flavour. With McLaren and the Williams batting as Flavour gets back past him, but we will stick with the battle for the lead. This is the most important one. Commentator has retired from the session. Has he crashed? I'm not 100% certain. He has, yep, he has crashed. Commentator has crashed. 4/10 of the gap. There will be no DRS this lap, but Shaqiri will have Shaqiri will be able to open the DRS on the final lap. Moist has got to try and get a gap on this lap, otherwise he could be in trouble. And he is stretching that gap up to 8/10 now, and it's crucial he keeps it going that way.
It's been very tight towards the end here.
As Irons has got past Shaqiri. That's not good from a Ferrari point of view for fighting for the race win. The strategy, just as poor as real life, might have given XRL Moist the win here. Even if Irons manages to get past, with that 3-second time penalty, he won't win the race. And the gap keeps going up. Irons won't have DRS as it stands. As we move on to the first of the DRS rates. The gap at 1.1. DRS has not been enabled by the looks of it, so even if Irons was within a second, he wouldn't get the benefit of it. Therefore, Moist, unless he makes a big mistake, should be safe here for his second win of the season. The McLaren driver, who had a torrid last season on F122 in X1, he's come down to X2. It's a new game, it's a new dawn, it's a new season, and it's a second win of the season for XRL Moist.
Shaqiri takes second, and Flavour manages to get third as well after Irons penalties been applied, dropping Irons down to 5th with Low finishing in 4th. A great race for the McLaren team with some good points, and a good race for Shaqiri. And with Irons in 5th, it's still some decent points also for the Ferrari team. But wow, what an ending to the race.
And a well-deserved victory for XRL Moist, his second win of the season.
So Moist finishes in first here, with Shaqiri coming in second, followed by Flavour, Low, Irons, Veli, Snake with a pretty good race, starting P16 and coming home to finish in P7. Boofy finishes 8th, J-Lev finishes in 13th. Zola finishes 10th. Dave finishes in P11. Fritz is 12th. Golminator is 13th, finishing +2 laps. But I believe did Golminator crash out?
Golminator did DNF at the end, yeah.
Ah, right, okay. But because they crashed so close to the end of the race, it will class them as +2 laps. Then we had Cooley, Harry and Herbie all crash out and not finish close enough to the end.
And there is
to
a
be able-
confirmation of your results. Fastest lap went to XRL Flavour. Very good race for McLaren, once again. Definitely looking good for the Constructors' Championship. Maximum points for Moist so far, other than for the fastest laps. Can't ask for a better start than that. And that brings us to the end of the stream. I have been British Pedal 74. I've been joined by Mantic Meerkat for XRL X2.
Yes.
Thank you and
And,
goodbye. And we
join
will
us
see you
in-
for X1 shortly.
Yes. Bye.